So guys, this happened. This is the Hexagear Steelrain, and I decided to go with the option where you can display it with the windows as opposed to the whole enclosed top. I do like that look, but I kind of prefer this look a little bit better, considering that you build the cockpit for this thing, and the only way you really see that is if you take off the big piece there, and I wouldn't really do that normally. So, and that's mostly for the transformation when this thing turns into a robot. I don't want to turn this thing into a robot. I want to keep this as a helicopter. It looks badass. But holy shit, I started very, very early working on this thing and finished it up around 6 o'clock ish. Whew, I am worn out. Like physically and mentally drained. I think I went way over 8 or 9 hours working on this thing. Like, whew. All right, so I'll get into the features. This still opens. I'm sorry if I'm only using one hand. It's because I'm holding it because this thing barely fits on my desk. I have it like up against my monitor there. This flips up, and this is how you access the cockpit. There you go. Which is cool. I mean, it might seem a lot more complex than it actually is. And truth be told, I was kind of I don't know I don't know, nervous, but like I didn't know like what to do with this thing. Like I was like, oh boy, I'm probably way in over my head with building this thing, but no, I mean it's a pretty straightforward Kotobukiya kit. If you've built something from them before, you kind of know what to expect with those weird rubbery pieces that you have to put into everywhere. If you built a Kotobukiya kit, you know what I'm talking about. Um, you got this down here. This does rotate. This whole thing moves. I'm just so nervous about holding this thing now because, oh my god. Now, there is a problem with this thing, and I've seen a bunch of other people talk about this, and I'm gonna try to fix it. There's a huge gap here, and I'm not sure why that is, but I think I'm gonna try to use some clamps from like my Tamiya paint stand. I'm gonna glue it in between and then just clamp it and leave it for a day and see if that fixes the problem. I know that you're supposed to transform this thing and everything. I'm not doing that with mine. Um, Another thing that I didn't do with mine is the surface to air missiles. I guess you could say it both ways. You're supposed to put them right there. I didn't put them on. I didn't like the way that they looked. I did build them. I built one set and I went, these things look ugly. Like they just didn't. I didn't really like them. They kind of stuck out a little bit too much, and I just didn't put them on. So that is Steelrain. This was really, really fun and quite the endurance. Funny thing about this, I guess I should tell this story. I had no idea that this was coming. I was waiting for something else to come in the mail, which I will show off in this video. And I got a big box in the mail. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess this is them. No. I open it up, and Steel Rain is in there. And I'm like, wait a minute. When did this come out? Now, I have to stress, I pre-ordered this from the Big Bad Toy Store at the beginning of the year. Then COVID happened, everything. This thing got delayed. It wasn't available in the US for a while. I know it came out in Japan in October, if I'm not mistaken. Still wasn't available. I would check their website, and it would always just say in pre-order. So I'm just like, all right, maybe it's coming out next year. Boom, the thing just shows up. I got no email saying that this thing shipped. If I got an email, I need to look because I literally I got no notification whatsoever. I was blown away. But yeah, that's quite the interesting way of Steel Rain getting to me. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing now. Up next, we got the Steel Bone Mech 125th scale. These guys I think are fairly new, and my first impression is holy shit, these things are absolutely beautiful. I don't know much about the company. I have read online that apparently they are a Chinese-based company, which, judging by the instructions and stuff that are in there, I definitely believe. And apparently their company is trying to break away from the norm of cheap figures being produced there, and they want to produce high-quality stuff. This is what I've heard online. I don't know if that's just someone made that up. I have no idea. But my first impressions are, oh my god, this painting and sculpting is phenomenal. Let me bring in the other guy. Freeman. I guess they're big Half-Life fans on top of Titanfall. They must have played a lot of Titanfall too. I did too, don't worry. That game gets me crying. Okay, the ending of that game, I cried like a freaking baby. Holy shit, the painting and sculpting on these guys is phenomenal. The weathering, everything is just beautiful. My only issue, and I don't really know if this is considered an issue, is the joints are so tight, which I'll take over them being overly loose. But Jesus, it feels like you're gonna break the figure whenever you're trying to pose it. I absolutely love these, and whatever they do next, I don't even know if anyone from that company is watching this. Probably not. Guys, you have my money. Like, I'm down. Like, this is phenomenal. You guys are amazing. You are on, like, the best track here. I love these figures so much. They were a bit of a hassle to get here. They were supposed to come on the 1st. Then it got delayed to the 6th. And then it didn't come on the 6th. It came today, but got delivered to my neighbor's house. And they came here and they're just like, is this yours? Oh, FedEx, you guys suck balls. There is a bunch of little details that I do want to go over. I'll go over with Freeman. But as you can see, there's the pilot from Freeman in this one for a very specific reason. I accidentally broke the figure, the pilot that came with him. Accidentally ripped the arm off because, not ripped the arm off, but I broke the ball joint that was in the arm, which is a big bummer. It's not the figure's fault. It's my fault. I didn't know the extent of the ball joint. I didn't know how limited it was, and I tried to pose it in a way that wasn't for the figure to do, and I completely snapped it in there. And so it's drying. I put some glue in there, which would be a big bummer, and it kind of is, but considering he's a figure that's meant to sit inside of a mech, it's fine. Like, I'll just have him displayed in there. As long as I can get his arms to clear, no big deal. So, I'm not stressed about that. Yes, it is a bummer that I can't take him out and pose him anymore, but as long as I could keep him in the mech and you could see him through the glass, totally fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with my own stupidity. Look at the detail on these. Oh my god, man. I cannot get over this. There's a bunch of little details. Oh, this popped out. I didn't mean for that, but I was going to show this off anyway. In the back here, you can... If you... Hang on, I'm going to have to pause it. You get yourself a tiny first aid that you can chuck in the back. Close it up. Yeah. These things are awesome. I absolutely love them. And that's where you put the pilot in. This goes forward. I'm not going to do it now because he's obviously holding his gun. badass, man. Absolutely badass. And the best part about these is that they're in scale with your cars. So if I bring in the GSX that I just did, boom. There you go. Pretty damn cool. So I am 100% down for whatever the hell they do next. They're a little bit hard to find, but goddamn are they awesome if you do find them. If you find them, pick them up. They're so good. Alrighty. I'm worn out. I'm tired. My voice is also kind of killing me right now. So I'm gonna stop recording and let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I can't even talk now. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.